So, what do you say?
Well, Scott's going to try and force me to sign over guardianship of Laura by exposing that Luke raped her. But Alexis has managed to keep the courtroom closed and the record sealed, so as long as Lulu's not in the courtroom, then she may never know, right?
You know what? Normally I'm in favor of full disclosure, but I don't know if Lulu can handle the truth this ugly on top of everything she's been through.
Well, maybe I can keep her away. I can just call her and tell her that I need help with Jake. If eyes could shoot daggers, Elizabeth would be dead setting up. So unless you've decided to confront her about having Jason's baby, you need to do a better job of covering.
See right through any conveniently timed invitation to go help with the kids.
Well, I can try. I mean, if I can just get her to the park, I can maybe distract her long enough to keep her away from the courthouse. But it will only work once. If this trial goes on for days, she's eventually going to hear the truth.
Well, according to Alexis, I should be able to retain guardianship. And once the judge makes the decision and the records are sealed, then we can just put this behind us. Right?
Yeah, but what if Scott decides to tell Lulu about the rape just to get back at Dad?
Hey, one crisis at a time. And first, Nikolas has to stay put as Laura's guardian.
Well, it would certainly help if I could fight for my mother without having to worry about my sister's heart being ripped to shreds.
Okay, so I've got it. The perfect way to reconnect with Jason. I am going to take him for a picnic in the park. Okay, I found out that Elizabeth is taking the kids to the park, and I was hoping that maybe I can convince Jason to go and arrange for him to bump into his son. I mean, are you trying to get back at Jason by putting him in proximity to the child he gave up without consulting him? No, of course not. I want Jason to tell me the truth. I want him to tell me that he is Jake's father so I can forgive him and convince him to do what he should have done in the beginning. Claim his child? Yes, that's right. Well, then what? Elizabeth bows out gracefully and you and Jason raise Jake together? Is that the fantasy?
Hey. Hey. I came because you said it's important, but it's pretty obvious that you're using the kids as a diversion to keep me away from the hearing.
Why are you always so suspicious? I do need help with the kids, and I wanted to talk to you.
Oh, why?
Well, I thought that maybe we could figure out what went wrong between the two of us and fix it once and for all.
That's already done. It is. I'm very happy for you and Lucky, and you guys are back on track, and you have beautiful kids, and as long as you really love Lucky, then...
No, but see, that's just it. You always say that. If you love Lucky, why do you doubt it?
Because you turned on a dime, Elizabeth. I'm sorry, but even now I have to wonder if your reunion with my brother is more about this new baby than it is about loving Lucky.
Am I biased, or is Jake the cutest baby you've ever seen? Yes, you are biased. And yes, he is absolutely beautiful. And I do understand that you want what's best for Jake and Cam, but you've asked Lucky to invest himself, heart and soul, and he has. And I just think that, he deserves the same in return. Lucky and I both spiraled out of control last summer. Lucky's addiction was obvious and in your face, and my dysfunction wasn't as apparent, but the one thing I held on to was my children. I wanted the best for Cameron and Jake, the best lives I could give them. I didn't want two parents just gritting their teeth trying to keep up appearances, because that's what I had to live with, and I didn't want to inflict that on my children. But like in our human, we've both made mistakes. And if I could go back, maybe I would have handled things differently. But the fact is, I love your brother as much as I ever have. And he is the best father my sons could ever have. Agreed? Well, I actually gotta go. Okay, but wait, just one more thing. Your brother loves you. And you know that he would pretty much walk through fire to keep you from feeling any pain. And he takes his role as a protective big brother very seriously. Do you think you could just make him happy and do what he and the rest of the family want?
You mean stay away from the hearing?
Please.
I can't stay too long.
I know. I'm sorry for dragging you away from work, but I promise this will be the truth.